Hi, let's go for a ride. I never liked jumping. I wanted to fly like the daredevils in the BMX and mountain bike action videos, weightless, soaring, seemingly carefree and gravity-defying. But whenever I tried, I didn't like it.
I'm not a fan.
And that had two reasons. One being the utter lack of control once the rubber leaves the ground. Where you point your front wheel is where the bike will go, and all I could do was stare down the trajectory I'm on and hope for the best.
And the second reason was, well,
Really not a fan.
I absolutely suck at it.
Oh, deep. Oh, deep.
Or sucked,
Oh, deep.
really, since this is,
I don't like those.
after all,
Oh,
a progression video.
too fast for those. Oh, and I hate that one. That's stupid.
After my early BMX days, I was, for the most part, a street rat. And on the road, other than bunny hopping a curb or a pothole, our tires stay on the ground, and if they don't, that usually means we're in trouble.
And then I had the brilliant idea of taking on mountain biking at the age of 46. And while I was at it, throw myself on a BMX as well, because what could possibly go wrong?
And there it was again, the old urge to go flying.
We can sit around all day and want things. If we don't want them enough to actually pursue them, they're not going to happen. So I had to contest my old fears. Teach myself to jump.
I watched all the videos. All of them. A huge shout out to all those creators who make countless how-to instructions, talk with unwavering patience about the things we need to do, think of, avoid and expect, and provide us with insight and guidance. We're leaving some of the best ones in the description. But we can't learn a sport from watching videos alone. We'll have to go out and put the work in. And so I did, immediately facing the same old challenge. As much as I appreciate all the knowledge sharing, it seemed like I had a somewhat mysterious problem. And that was the complete loss of control the second I took off. More often than not, my bike and I appeared to have entirely different ideas of where to go once airborne, and things went badly from there. And that was on tiny jumps. I didn't even want to think what would happen on bigger ones.
None of the videos I watched talked about this particular problem, and nobody I knew seemed to have it. So I took some research to find out what's going on.
It was what we call getting bucked. I was too stiff, mostly in my knees, and the jump lip kicked me into whatever direction it felt like, while my body and brain expected to, continue down the trail, or at the very least, aim for the landing. The somewhat surprising and counterintuitive solution to this was to take jumps at too much speed, and this was how I accidentally arrived at the remedy.
Better.
I came in too hot and instinctively dodged the ramp, or sucked it in as it's also called,
Oi.
only to realize that with soft knees and elbows, suddenly jumps stop biting me. When we dodge a jump, we suck the ramp in as much as our knees and elbows allow to avoid lifting off. This will not only train us to always be soft and not get bugged, but also gives us an exit strategy when we end up hitting a jump too fast. It's a true conundrum. I was scared to do it, so I half-assed it, which led to me doing it badly. When the solution is to fully commit and jump like I mean it, which in turn, of course, requires the trust that I can.
I don't like that one, but I'm sending it.
I have relied, out of fear and ignorance in equal parts, on the kicker to kick me. What needs to happen when we want to jump is that we have to, jump and not just ride over a jump. Turns out when we're actively doing it, we have control over it.
When you're hitting this transition, the transition's going to be coming at you, so you're going uphill, so the bike's going to slow down. You want to make sure the bike goes with you, so you want to push into the bike and say, hey, me and you are together. We're going off this, because if you don't, the bike slows down, you end up going over the bars. It's like pushing your shopping cart through the parking lot of the grocery store. If there's a speed bump, you don't let the shopping cart hit the speed bump and hit you. You push it forwards.
That was Kirt Voreis, mountain bike legend and overall bicycling crazy person.
You gotta send it, man. You gotta send it.
My envy to Paul the Punter, whose video this is, for having had the opportunity to ride with and learn from Kirt, knows no bounds. His quote was a true eye-opener for me. Be it on a BMX, mountain or road bike, I'm now always pushing a shopping cart over a speed bump. A ramp takes away speed, what with it pointing upwards.
Whoa, Jesus Christ.
So immediately before hitting it, it'll feel like we're too fast, which doesn't exactly induce confidence.
It's always helpful to look at it, and look at it from the side. From a rider's perspective, a jump always looks like a wall. But if we look at it from the side, we can judge its angle and correctly assess the speed needed.
So let's have at it, since with knowing how to dodge, we can err on the fast side.
Yes!
A practice jump line is a great way to get our major roadblocks out of the way and understand the physics of it all. The rest is repetition.
Rolling into tidal wave. One more time. Yeah.
And there is no better way than to find a mellow jump trail in a well-maintained park and send it again and again.
Very high. All time for things to go wrong.
I've said it in last week's video, my jump progression was a tedious affair, stretched over months, but 2 days and 8 runs down a blue jump line in a lift access park provided the identically replicated experience
Oh, I cleared it! Oh my God, I cleared it!
that's needed to transfer knowledge into muscle memory. Tidal Wave, the jump trail at Deer Valley, has, if I counted correctly, 60 jumps. That's 480 jumps in 2 days. I ended up looking for jumps on the road home, in my car. We have learned things when we know them. We have mastered them when we can't forget them anymore. And there you have it. I went from avoiding jumps at all cost and panicking when I found myself tackling one to actively seeking them out.
Yes, I cleared that one too.
It took me 6 months to figure it
I
out
did.
and 2 days to get it.
I still have a long way to go, but at least now I know where I'm going. And my bike mostly seems to agree with me now.
Go out there and give it a shot. Turns out, flying is as much fun as I suspected it to be.
Booty, booty, booty. Woo-hoo-hoo.
And last, but not least, bike setup don't forget to set up your bike for the park. Tires, not too soft. Suspension, not too soft. And slow. Turn the rebound down to very slow. I came here at my practice line after I thought I had it and sucked for half an hour until I realized I don't have enough air in my tires. And on the kicker, I just didn't have the control I needed. It really is important. Set your bike up.
Thanks for watching, and pedal hard.